Hello everyone. In this video, I will talk about how can you get started with SQLite database, which is an inbuilt database for Python. We will start by creating an empty database. We will create an empty table, then we'll push in some data and we'll try to retrieve those records back. So for that, let's get started. The very first thing we need to do is we need to import the required packages. So for us, it is, let me move it this side. Okay, so here we need to import SQLite 3 and let's alias it as SQL. Next thing is we need to create the connection. So for that we have connect function in which takes a database name as a parameter, sample db.db I would say. So if database is not already existing, then it will go ahead and create database with this given name. Now we need to use this connection object to perform all our further queries. The very first query which we will be doing here is we need to create an empty table. So let's go ahead and say connection.execute, and inside this we need to write create query for creating our table. So I'm going with the student table, which is holding 3 fields: ID, student name, and the city. Now we have our empty table ready. Next thing we need is we need to push in some data. So for that, let's create insert query. Insert into then table name, which is student, and here we need to pass in all the column names: student name, city, then we would have values. So here I want to go with multiple values, so I will just say question mark over here. So if you are giving just one value or one row, then you can simply pass it here itself. Next I will prepare input. So this is a list for me, and herein I will pass in some data. Let's say Shweta is the name and Redmond is the city. Similarly, I will create one more record. We will give ID as 2, name as Addy, and then we'll give city as Bellevue. Okay, let's go with only these 2 records as of now. Now next thing we need is we need to insert this record. So for that we need to fire a query, and it would be like for execute many, because we are pushing multiple rows in one shot. So query comma inputs. Okay, so till here we are done with the data insertion part. Next thing is we need to retrieve these results, whether we really inserted the data or not. So for that I'm going to make a call to another execute method, which is holding select statement, select star from student. Okay, now we are almost done. Let's go ahead and print this out. Print row. I will save it and we'll try to execute it. So you can see that these 2 rows or records are inserted, and at the same time you can see the sample db is also present on the left hand side. So I hope you enjoyed this short video, and thanks for watching.